Hi people, me again of course as always, Andrew as usual, Moino Ravenberg. Yeah, you can tell that this video is going to be about a neutral topic, and it's a quick FYI video. Um, a neutral topic specifically regarding family. Now especially people that have followed me, have already heard me make statements about my family here and there, but I've never addressed the questions that I'm about to put forth. The questions specifically being, where does family fall into my life compared to the average person? The same way that the average person, they have family, they have parents, siblings, etc., etc., etc. Um, Followers of mine already know that, like I've said in the past, that I'm not on good terms with my family, but it's a lot more complicated than that. So regardless of whether you're a follower of mine or you're a newcomer or you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, whatever, okay, my point in case is quite simple. This, I have no family. Now this might be hard to understand because someone would say, hey, what do you mean you have no family? I mean that I have no family. Yes, I have a family just like everyone else, in the sense that I was born and God puts us all on this earth using our parents as vessels. But I don't have a family in the sense of the fact that I am a unique, or at the very least rare, human being. Again, in the sense that I am nothing like my family members. Like, if you saw me as a child, you would think that I was adopted or something. I look nothing like my parents or any relative whatsoever, both from my mother or father's side. I have nothing in common with them in any way, shape, and or form. People that follow me, my followers already know that I am the reincarnation of a Dutch magician, so I consider myself European, just like I've said. And obviously the difference is glaring, honestly. This applies to the local population in relation to where I was born. Okay, typical third world shithole. So my parents were, bluntly put, nothing but third world parasites. That's it. Like, exactly what you expect if you go to a location that you metaphorically wouldn't be caught dead in, just in a manner of speaking. Then you would expect to see those kinds of people, and then I would immediately stand out. Like I said, my personality is the exact opposite, the exact adjacent to what the average citizen domestically is like, let alone, my parents. So with my parents, it was more or less the same, like same stock. And then you had me. So you can imagine how awkward things were. That's why as I was growing up, people made those statements. I didn't have to say anything. Other local people asked me simply, my very first job when I went to work, which was around 2007. One of my colleagues says, I'm sorry, can I ask you something? Are those people your parents? Because you look nothing like them. I'm like, you're saying it, not me. What do you want me to say? Because it's nothing that I'm not aware of already. And in school, for example, people thought it was cruel when I once, like a female teacher, was talking about about the importance of parents and whatnot, and a mother and motherly love, and I just blurted out, what? Why? And everyone could tell that it was genuinely heartfelt, because I don't give a rat's ass about my parents. I'll get to that in a second. Oh, and everyone just looked at me and said, oh my god, and a girl just screamed at me, you're fucking cruel, how can you be so mean? I'm like, because I don't care, like, really. But again, you can understand that the average person that is like, that's like this with their family, they look like their family, they're like their family, they love their family, and blah blah blah, the whole typical same tree same apple bit. That doesn't apply to me. Quite the opposite. Like, literally take the opposite, put it on steroids times 10. And that's what growing up for me was like, within the context of a family life. I did not care one bit for my parents. We had no bond with each other. It was frigid. We're talking about freezer levels of frigid, emotional frigidity. We did not care one bit about each other. It was just the whole relationship from parent to child and or sibling and or whatnot was just dutiful in nature. It was like work, essentially. Like people that, for example, go to work purely for the paycheck. That's what it was like for me. And I just don't care. Like I said, I don't care. Never did, never will. Literally don't care. Like not 1 ounce of love, not one micro ounce of love do I share for any family member, anyone. Like I said, I have no family. Yes, those people might be my family. Bluntly put, that woman, I might have come out of her biologically and everything, but they're not my family exactly within the context that I explained. Okay, I am a rare human being in the sense that, in the aforementioned sense, in the sense that none of those conventional idioms apply to me. And better yet, honestly, I was also treated as such. Bluntly put, my family treated me like I was their worst enemy. So when I grew up, I also took up the mantle. I always disliked them immensely for that same reason, as in my own parents screw me over. They're the reason they were the reason I suffered so much as a child and bore so many hardships and all of that stuff. The stuff that most occult enthusiasts go through. But with me, it was like 100 times worse. People that follow me also know this. And just to emphasize, even someone that I allowed years ago to essentially view it through clairvoyancy, the person openly said, wait a minute, when they came out of it, those people are your parents? How is that possible? Yeah, I saw that. How can that be? They're not your parents. You look like in that household. When I saw you in my vision, you were just like, you literally look like you were adopted or you were like a foreigner. How can those people be your family? They don't really look nothing like you. I'm like, yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Did I not say that? Anyways. Yeah, so when I grew up and when I first started my occult practice, they were patient zero. Specifically my mother, because she was the metaphorical ringleader. And I was like, oh, okay, bitch, and now I'm going to destroy you and the rest. And I promptly did so. And the rest is history. So yeah, that's all. So now you guys know, like, again, anything family related, no, does not apply to me. I'm literally like all alone. The only family I'll have is if in the sense of legitimate people that I am spiritually and or physically connected to, is if I start my own family. If I get married, have children, do the whole white picket fence bit and whatnot. But just something to keep in mind, as in, no one has to ask me, hey, how are your parents doing, brother and sister, where do they live? I don't know any of that. I have no idea when my parents were born. None of my relatives. I have no idea. Not even a year. Not even a smidgen, as in, when was your mother born? I have no idea. When was your father born? I have no idea. I have literally, look into my eyes, I have no idea. Because I don't give a shit. I never gave a shit since I was born. Don't care. Never did, never will. Literally, I don't know anything. I don't know where they live. No, nothing. I don't know what their plans are. Nothing. So that's it. Just so people know that that's what applies to me. I am spiritually, literally all alone. But I'm completely fine with that. I prefer it, as a matter of fact. It's one of the many reasons for why I am who I am and my unrivaled successes. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.